Hi, I'm Casey with Nectar Flow Yoga, and today I'm going to be offering a two-part flow comprised of two different segments. So the first will be our warm-up, our Sun Salutation A and into Sun B, and then the second part will be our more complicated and advanced Sun Salutation C. So you can do one or both of these two options. I do recommend, if you're going to do the second part, that you warm up with the first part. So get your mat out. If you do have a nice space outside, wear sunscreen. I decided to do that today because I got burned last time. Otherwise, you can also heat your space if you'd like to get a little bit more of a sweat. We're going to get started in child's pose, opening up into the hips. So take your knees wide, your toes to touch. And I'm going to go ahead and get my hair up here. Bring the center of your forehead down. And if child's pose isn't a comfortable pose for you, it's not even whether or not it's available, but some days it just doesn't work in my hips. You can also take the option of puppy pose, which I'll demonstrate. So child's pose here, we reach the fingertips long, center of the forehead down, and then find a restful breath, I should say. Nice and calm and easy here. And then that puppy pose variation, if you find that child's pose isn't working today, take the fingertips long, keep the hips stacked over your knees, tops of your feet flat, and then this is quite a bit more opening in the chest and less so in the hips. So find the variation that's working for you. Today, for me, child's pose actually feels pretty good. And we'll start to work into a deeper breath. And we'll say while we're here, this is really a process of listening to your body. So if something feels really good, I encourage you to stay in that pose longer. Deepen it if you desire. Maybe even pause the video. Come back to us whenever you're ready. And same goes if something doesn't feel good. Back off, come to something, a previous pose that works for you. You can always come to a resting pose if you feel out of breath. So speaking of breath, we're going to integrate inhale, exhale with movement. We'll rise up into all fours in this tabletop position, shoulders stacked right over your wrists, hips right over your knees, and we'll take a few rounds of cat-cow. Love starting every practice with cat-cow, not just because it feels good in the spine, but it also really informs the breath to movement sequencing and the variation of shapes that we call in our classes, so in our practice. So you'll see variation of shape in the spine here, right? I'm finding a back bend, opening through my chest, arching through the low back. And then I'm finding a rounding forward here in cat pose, spreading the space between my shoulder blades and tucking the tail. Most of the poses are some variation of those two extremes or neutral. So here we are in a neutral shape, extending length through the crown of the head and out through the tailbone. Press the tops of your feet down firmly into the mat, feel your core fire up. So as I press down, I feel that low belly lock and engagement. I want to take a breath in and tuck my toes, keep the engagement. Exhale, hips go high, head drops between the arms. And here in my down dog, it's fine for me to have my knees bent and my heels lifted. The flexibility's there and the heels can work toward the earth with the tailbone staying long, the back staying flat, great. If you're forcing the heels down at the sacrifice of rounding your upper back, go ahead and bend your knees and then press into your hands to keep the back nice and flat. Here, super important that your head and neck reach. Take a big breath in, come up on the tippy toes, and then you'll walk baby steps to the top of your mat, feet to your hands. On your inhale, find a halfway lift, length in your spine. This is an essence of a cow pose. And then exhale, forward fold. Let your head and neck go. Inhale, sit the hips low, rise up with a nice flat back, reach long through your fingertips. Exhale, hands to your heart, chin to your chest. I invite you here to close your eyes. Notice your breath. And take a few moments before we begin to move a little more vigorously. Set some sort of intention for your practice. Something to layer in and come back to if the mind wanders. You lose your focus. Your next inhale, gently flutter your eyes open, reach up out to the side. And then exhale, half salutation will forward fold. head and neck release. Inhale, come up halfway, lengthen your spine, belly draws up and in. Exhale, fold a little. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand, reach tall through your fingertips. This time we'll exhale and take a side bend over to the right. Kicking your hips to the left, drive your left foot down into the mat, really reach through your fingertips. If hands together isn't working for you, you can take the hands apart. This may feel a little better in the shoulders if your shoulders are tight. Inhale, back up through the middle, stabilize, and then exhale, side bend over to your left. Kick your hips out to the right, press your hands together, really reach through your fingertips. As you drive your right foot into the mat, kick your right hip out to the right. Again, hands apart, nice modification. Inhale up through the middle, and then exhale, find your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your left leg straight back. Drop your left knee down. And inhale, rise up for an Anjaneyasana or low lunge shape. Here my low lunge, I really want to activate my right foot and my left shin down into the ground. I'll feel my left thigh fire up, my right thigh fire up as well. Take one more breath in, and then on an exhale, we'll shift back into a half splits shape, also known as half Anjaneyasana. Several deep breaths here, feeling into the back of the right hamstring, outer right hip. And then inhale, come forward, plant your hands, tuck your left toes to lift your left leg. We'll step right foot back to meet left and find our first high plank hold. So here, we'll hold high plank, setting ourselves up, shoulders stacking right over wrists. My thighs are really strong and fired up. I've got essence of a cat pose in my upper back. Take one more breath in, and on your exhale, we'll press back to downward facing dog. Now, when I say vinyasa in our practice, you're welcome to hold that high plank shape and take it back to down dog, skipping the other movements that I added. Inhale, take your left leg high. Exhale, come up on your right toes. Draw your left thigh into your chest and step your left foot through to your left thumb. Drop your right knee down and inhale, stop for Anjaneyasana, that crescent shape. Spine is nice and long. Fingertips extend to the sky. On your next exhale, we'll shift back into this half Hanumanasana shape. And there's my dog Rosie saying hi. Several deep breaths. Let your head release. Inhale, walk it forward. Plant your hands, tuck your back right toes, step your right foot up to meet your left. Halfway lift, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. And then this time on our exhale, we'll take an open twist to the right. Hips pointing forward, reaching home through your fingertips. We'll inhale up through the middle. Exhale, open twist left. Is the video going, Noe? My kids are out here too, helping me, my little videographers in action. Inhale up through the middle. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift again. Again, really important to find that length in your spine. Crown of your head forward. Exhale, plant your hands fully, step your right leg back. Drop your right knee down. Inhale, come up for that Anjaneyasana shape. Exhale, shift back, half Hanumanasana fold. Layering in that twisting action, we'll shift forward into your left knee. Plant your right hand. Plant your left hand on your left knee and twist open. Left fingertips extend to the sky. Belly is up and in. Move down firmly through your right hand. One more inhale. Exhale, release your left hand down. Step your left foot back to meet your right. And here we'll drop the knees as an option or hold your high plank. Tops of your feet flat, press them down firmly into the earth. Energetically drag the heels of your hands back toward your knees. Take a breath in. And then on an exhale, I want you to find cow pose in your spine as you bend your elbows straight along your sides and lower all the way down to your belly. Hips drop last. Inhale, come up, cobra pose. Ideally, your forehead would touch the mat, but I can't do that because of my mic. Look forward here. Extend through the back body. The back of your neck stays long. Exhale, lower your forehead down. Inhale, press your hips up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, take your right leg high. Exhale, right foot steps through to your right thumb. Drop your left knee. Inhale up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, half Hanumanasana. Inhale, walk forward, plant your left hand, right hand to your right knee, and you'll twist over. I do apologize if the wind is cutting into my mic. Just really wanted to be outside today. As you can tell, it's gorgeous here. We'll extend those right fingertips. And then exhale, plant your right hand, tuck the back left toes, step your left foot up to meet your right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward. Inhale, rise all the way up to Tadasana. And then as you exhale, feet can stay hips width. You'll sit into a chair pose with your hands at your heart for this first one. I want you to actively press your hands together. You'll feel the strength, the arms fire up, particularly the biceps. Keep your chest lifted. Press your thumbs into your sternum into your thumbs. Here your breath is again that full and deep breath. And maybe as we build some heat, starting to, if you haven't already, turn on your Ujjayi breath. It's a constricted breath of fire here, building that heat as well internally. Take one more inhale. Then on your exhale, forward fold, release your hands to the mat. Inhale, we halfway lift. Exhale, you'll step the feet back, coming to a high plank shape. Option here to do either of the previous two variations. Stay holding this high plank, and then pressing back, dropping the knees, or lowering through a full chaturanga if you can avoid collapsing the hips, and do so with a lot of strength in the entire upper body. Inhale, take your right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, shift forward. Really lift your thigh. Inhale, come back up with the right leg. And then exhale, step your right foot through. Inhale, rise up to a crescent warrior shape again. Reach long through your fingertips. Sit super low in the hips. You're hugging your legs in toward the midline. So right heel magnetizing toward left foot and in toward the center. Take one more inhale, find a little more length, and then on your exhale, open chin. Mirroring what we did in standing. Really reach long through those fingertips. Inhale, exalt here, reach through your legs. Exhale, windmill your hands down, plant them, step back, high plank. Make your way to down dog. Inhale, take your left leg high. Exhale is knee to nose. Inhale, lift high. Exhale, left foot steps through the left thumb. Inhale, crescent warrior. Again, find that strength in your legs. Hug into the midline. Belly is up. One more inhale. Exhale, open twist to your left. Left fingertips reach back, right fingertips reach forward. Super strong here and stable. I didn't mention this on the other side, but you can always drop that back knee and find that modification. Inhale, exalt, meaning reach with the opposite hand. Your right hand to the sky, left hand to the back of the right thigh. And then windmill your hands down, plant them, step back, high plank, make your way to down dog. You'll notice throughout the practice that I will skip some of those vinyasas, particularly as I start to get tired. I encourage you to do the same thing. Take a big breath in, a big exhale. Inhale, look forward, and then here, we'll step the feet all the way up to the feet. Halfway lift, forward. In, rise up, reach up. Exhale, chair pose, this time cactusing the arm. You guys, I gotta lose this blue shirt. It is not gonna work as I begin to flow a little bit more. So, had friends ask me why I practice in a sports bra, and previously dealing with a mic was not one of the issues, but now it is. Generally, it's a comfort thing. All right. Particularly when you start handstanding. So I'm holding you guys in chair with cactus arms for a while. We're going to inhale, reach up out of this, root down through the heels, belly up and in. Exhale, forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands plant. This time the option to jump back. Now, if you're jumping, I want you to avoid plunking the feet down. I want you to try to set them down lightly. We'll lower down, inhale up, or just meet in downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, this time we'll bend and stack, opening up, lifting the right knee, kicking your right heel toward your right glute. Opening your right hip up. This feels pretty nice, at least for me. Inhale your right leg long. Exhale, right foot steps through your right thumb. Inhale. This time we rise up for a warrior one shape. Now this is a relatively complicated shape that's thrown into most power yoga flows. The hips are not open, nor are they closed. So we're not pointing both hip points to the short edge of the mat or the long edge of the mat. We're actually slightly in between. It's my chest that turns straight forward to the front of the mat. And my left hip gently drapes alongside with it. Take one more inhale here, really deeply bending into the front right knee, driving the left knife edge of your foot down. And then on your exhale, find your hands at your low back. Inhale, lift your chest, open. Exhale, humble warrior, head and neck release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands plant, come up on the back of the toes. Right foot steps to the left, and you make your way to downward facing dog. Adding in the chaturanga, an up dog, or a cobra pose. Inhale, take your left leg high. Exhale, bend and stack. Inhale, take your left leg long. Exhale, left foot steps through to your left thumb. Inhale and rise up. Warrior two. Again, paying attention to the placement of the hips and the sternum in relationship. So if I'm turning my chest to the short edge of the mat, my hip will naturally drape forward. I encourage you not to force that right hip forward and the left hip back. It can be a little much over time in the hips. Keep your right inner thigh super engaged, deep bend in the front left knee, belly drawn in. Release your hands at your low back. Maybe switch the grip. For me, that's right pinky on top. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, find your humble warrior. Now in humble warrior, I'm letting my head drop heavy toward the earth, squaring my shoulders toward the earth as well. One more full breath cycle. Inhale, halfway up, release your hands, plant them, and then step back. Your trip to down dog. Again, option to drop your knee. Inhale up for cobra pose. Exhale, press up and back, downward facing dog. Big breath in here. Big exhale. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or option to jump your feet to your hands. Try to land your feet lightly forward. Inhale up, chair pose. Exhale, bellies up and in. We twist open to the right. Now notice the left hip is going to want to scoot forward ahead of the right knee. Sorry, left knee ahead of the right knee. Try to keep the hips in line, the knees in line. Inhale up through the middle. Exhale, open twist left. Inhale up through the center. Exhale forward. Inhale halfway. Exhale, hands plant. And then here again, that option to step or float your feet back. Take it through your vinyasa. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, bend and stack. Inhale, right leg long. Exhale, this time right knee, right elbow. Lift up. Inhale, take it low. Exhale, right foot steps through between your hands. Drop your back left heel. Lead with your left arm. Warrior two. Set your gaze over your right middle finger. Deep bend in your front right knee. Drive the nice edge of your left foot down. Inhale, flip your right palm, reverse your warrior. Reach long through your right fingertip. And then exhale, find a side angle pose. So here in my side angle, I can just reach straight up with my left hand. I actually like to sweep the left arm down, keep the palm facing toward me and then down. And that gets a lot more length and opening in my left side body. Now, I'm paying attention not to collapse into my right side, keeping a lot of length on my right side and my left side. Inhale, reverse this, straighten your right leg. Exhale, triangle pose. Reach long through your left fingertips. notice the placement here of your pelvis. If anything feels uncomfortable or pinching, there may be an adjustment you can make. Keeping a micro bend in the right knee helps. And then I like to draw my right hip, the leg that's forward, up and in to the pelvis, my right femur. And then I kind of let this left hip drop and soften, and then lengthen from there. Bend your right knee, inhale, reverse. Exhale, windmill down, plant your hand. Step your right foot back to the left, and make your two downward facing dog. Inhale, take your left leg high. Exhale, bend and stack. Inhale, take it long, and then exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left foot steps through. Inhale, windmill open to your warrior two while I fix my mic. Yet again. Reaching long through your fingertips. Activate the muscles of the arms to the bone. So here's where we get extra work, lengthening while strengthening. My left knee stacked right over my left ankle. I'm activating my right inner thigh, lifting up. Inhale, reverse this. Find all that length on your left side body, and then exhale, sweeping that right arm up and over for side angle. Inhale, reverse. Left leg. Exhale, find triangle pose. So I'm lifting as this left hip crease kind of up and on an angle. I'm allowing my right hip to drape a little bit forward, feel a little heavy, so I'm not overdoing it. Now that's what works in my body. Again, if anything feels forced, probably not right. You may need to back off. We'll inhale, reverse again. Exhale, windmill down, plant the hands, and take it through your variation to downward facing dog. Big breath in here. Big exhale. Inhale, look forward, come up on the toes, lifting the heels. Belly is actively drawing up and in. I'm going to bend my knees and either step one foot at a time or float my feet to my hands. Halfway lift, forward fold. Inhale, come up, chair pose. Sit super low here, reach long through your fingertips. Belly is really strongly up and in. And then exhale, we'll bring the hands back to the heart center as we did in the beginning. Now, you can stay right here and simply tap your left elbow to your left thigh. If the flexibility is there, take the left elbow outside of the right knee and find a full prayer twist. Sitting lower actually helps with this pose. Your thighs are one of the strongest groups of muscles in your body, and they actually are the strongest. Open up the arms and flexibility. And back up to the middle. Exhale, hips are high. Take your feet, hips width apart, these fingers wrap around your big toe. Elbows work out to the sides. And let your head in. Nice full deep breaths in. This pose is called Pada Mustasana. Pada means foot. Musta means fingers. We really work the arms here. I'm actually getting a little lax. So I want to draw my shoulders up to my hips. And this is a very deep and active forward fold hamstring. Inhale, come up halfway, release. Exhale, sit the hips low. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, twist to your left. And again, that modification maybe just tap the right elbow to the right thigh, kind of hang out here. If you're feeling flexible in the spine, you can find that extension. Just make sure you're not cranking too much into the shoulders. Inhale, back up through the middle. Exhale, forward fold. Feet go hips width again. This time we take Padahasana. Soles of the feet step on the palms of your hands, and the toes go all the way into your wrist creases as you bend your elbows out to the side. And again, letting your head totally release. sits bones skyward, elbows out to the sides, shoulders drawing up to your hips. Now here we have some options. We can release the feet from the hands. Hands will plant, and then walk your feet out for a yogi squat or come into crow pose. So yogi squat, you can hang out here, knees pressing into the elbows, elbows pressing back into the knees. Or if you're working the arm balance, you'll plant your hands. I actually like to bring the feet more hips width. Start to come up on the toes and tap the knees into the upper arms. If you're doing that tapping action, really it's just a shift forward of the weight. So you want to counterbalance the weight of your head with the weight of your bum and your feet. Holding your crow pose. We'll breathe here 5 to 10 breaths depending on where you are. If you're feeling really good in your crow, stable, you can start to straighten the arms and work toward crane. It's a cat pose in the spine. We'll take one more inhale, and then wherever you are, we're going to either meet in down dog or jump through the vinyasa. Take a big breath in, big exhale. Good, and here you can begin to wind down or join us for part 2. So to wind down, you'll simply come onto your back and come to your Shavasana, or fast forward through part 2 and you'll get our closing sequence there.